I visited the novelist's apartment again, hoping to be able to do something about this mistaken identity kidnapping. As long as there is any possibility it could be his own daughter who's kidnapped, I doubt the Justice Minister will call off the execution tonight. The key to dispelling the Minister's doubts is now in bed, coughing. I need to use this key before the prison van arrives to pick up our death row inmate. My darling angel! Oh, just listen to that cough! You naughty thing! Did you leave your nice warm bed to go out into the night to play? A daughter after my own heart! But I must confess I didn't even notice you were gone! I didn't go out to play. I went to buy Papa a birthday present. He said he wanted a new lighter. But that's no reason to go out this late at night. But my fevers finally went down. I could barely move before that. But look what it has brought you. Your fever is worse now than ever. Here is to the feverish passion of my darling angel. Mama? Yes, darling. Let's call Papa and wish him a happy birthday, even though it's already past midnight. Not tonight, Amelie. I hate you. Looks like this little girl was safe all along. I already knew that, but I'm still relieved all the same. There's another lucky development too. Amelie wants to call her father. Now if I can just make use of that feeling somehow. That would surely bring the Justice Minister around. And so it is trick time. Well, that was easy. The phone. Amelie, I told you you couldn't call him tonight. Why not? Listen to me, Amelie. Your father's about to make a big mistake. I want him to reconsider. What do you know about it, Mama? He's the one who's the Justice Minister, you know. All you do is write weird novels. What do you mean weird? How dare you disparage my romantic expressions? Now you've really made me angry. You really have. Now do you expect me to forgive such an insult? I hate you. There. I'll be keeping my eye on you now, so you won't do anything else mischievous, like calling your father. I hate you. I can hear you, you know. Oh, what a pair. I don't know what these family issues are, but I do know I have to do something about this, and Amelie can call. Let's bring that. We are in the lighter. Your waste basket. Interesting. Let's return the knob. Better not put out the lamp right now. Only pour oil on the flames of anger in this lady's heart. I want to give Amelie a chance to use the telephone. I have to think of a way to keep the mother out of the way. Swing harder. Oh goodness, look at the time. As I bask in my tale of love, time has been moving on at the speed of light. Even so, she's immersed in love, she can still hear this, eh? But this won't buy enough time for her daughter to make a phone call. There must be something else I can distract with. I'll come back for the ratty. Lady's dictionary, wasn't this on the desk before? Poor thing, destined to never be returned to the bookshelves. Well, well, having a good time, are we, little rodent? Sweet dreams? No! Oh, it's fine, it's fine. Did you fancy the vintage, my whiskered friend? More powerful than I thought. Looks like she tipped the wall candelabra to one side too. The angle of those candles. I get the feeling I've seen something very similar to that quite recently. Oh heavens, a blackout at a critical time like this. Of course the dim light suits my story of love very well, but I myself am not very fond of the dark. This chandelier just narrowly missed the back of my head. I love the thrill of romance, but I don't need these kinds of thrills, thank you. Ah, what a wonderful atmosphere! Perfect for the clandestine meeting in the dusky twilight. Don't exactly know how the situation came about, but I think I owe that rat an apology. The rat seems to be unconscious. Aww. But now that room has changed into this, maybe I can use it somehow. What a naughty chandelier. Such insolence. Press the wrong button. Hick! Emily! Emily, help me! Mama! I'm sorry, Mama, I'm too dizzy, I can't get up. I'm afraid I can't help you right now. Ha 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 ha! Here is to my weakness, of my darling angel! Chandelier is on there, tighter than a wedding band. She won't be able to escape on her own. The novelist said she didn't like a dark woman, didn't want to fuss around like she's more than she is already. I wonder what that's for. Help! 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 Oh, what is going on here? Emily, look, do you see this? Help me, please. Oh, I'm too sick. I can't get out of bed. My head is spinning, so I guess you'll have to stay up there spinning too. This lady won't be going in for a while. Now the little girl can call her further. The only trouble is she can't reach it. Guess I'll have to deliver it to her. Well, that's right, the angle of the candles. Saw something very recently, didn't I? Mama! What in the world is going on here? That would probably be really stressful in real life. Okay, Dee. Excuse me for a minute while I call Papa, okay, Mama? I'll only be a minute. Don't you dare, Emily! I won't have it! Get me down! Don't you dare, Emily! Won't have it! Sorry, I want to be in the phone call, don't I? Hello, Papa! Gasp! Emily! Is that you? Of course it is, silly. Who do you think? But I heard they said you were. No, never mind. It's nothing. Silly old Papa. Happy birthday, Papa. Birthday, all right. It was my birthday today, wasn't it? I'm sorry we couldn't celebrate tonight. Thanks to mean old Mama. Oh, yeah, your mean old Mama. I mean, your mother. What is she up to right now? She's certainly up all right. My stubborn mother is kind of tied up in the moment. Get me down. She needs to be taught a lesson for causing us so much trouble. No, Emily. I'm the one who was wrong. Huh? Could you tell your mother I'm sorry? What do you have to be sorry about? I was just about to make another terrible mistake, but it's all right now. Okay. You're still young. There's a lot I can't tell you right now. The job of Justice Minister is very complicated, you see. Okay. But just remember, you're always the most important thing to your mother and me. Okay. Did you do something naughty to your mother? If you did, I want you to apologize. Okay. I don't think I did anything. But okay, I'll apologize. That's a good girl. Okay. Papa, have a good night. I love you. I love you too, Emily. Good night, sweetheart. Clonk. Mama, I'm sorry. My goodness, why the sudden change? I guess I was wrong about you. I didn't understand. Oh, Emily. I thought all you ever did was write these weird novels. That makes me a little sad. Papa said the job of Justice Minister was complicated. Yes, your father's job is very, very complicated and difficult. That's why I couldn't talk to you about most of it. But you're right, I shouldn't treat you like such a little girl anymore. You're growing up after all. And I promise to stop calling your novels weird and try to actually reading them. What? No. Oh, maybe you should better wait until you're a little older for that. Okay. So, Emily, if you're feeling a little more charitable towards your mama, do you think you could let me down now? You know, I would love to do that, but I'm just feeling too dizzy and sick right now. Donk. Tonight, on this holiest of nights, my deadline. Looks like the only thing pressing on me will be the chandelier. I don't know what that means. Here is to Papa and Mama's darling angel. At least you drink slowly. All of a sudden, everyone is getting along again. It's such a abrupt change, I can't understand it. Is this what family is all about? In any case, the situation has changed dramatically now. I just hope the mysteries of me can be cleared up as quickly as furrows on the minister's brow. I don't know where Camilla is, but at least now the Justice Minister's doubts are dispelled. I think I'll go back to his office where everybody is, wait for the prison van. The minister's family now has smiles and harmony back, but Camilla is still in the hands of the kidnappers. I decided to go back to the Justice Minister's office. Quite unlike the father who's just learned his daughter is safe, it seems he's to still be in the depths of despair. The atmosphere in this room is very different now. It seems to have an air of unfocused anxiety. I live in a constant state of unfocused anxiety. I know it well. I get the feeling something big is going to happen. I just found out my daughter is safe. I'd like to express my gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for my daughter's sake and for mine. No need to thank us, Mr. Minister. It was nothing. What did he do? But one question. I can't help but notice your daughter is safe. And yet, you still look unhappy. How about a little smile for us? Of course, still the matter of the kidnapping victim. But is that really the only thing that troubles you, Mr. Minister? Please, let me think in peace till the prison van arrives. Wonder if Lynn is at the park yet. Till we get a report, I guess I'll just have to wait here. This continued distress of the ministers. Is it really more to it, like the inspector said? Hello, Justice Minister. How about you finally admit that I exist? That thank you I expressed. That was meant for you. You're a ghost, aren't you? And you have the power to control and manipulate people, don't you? No, I don't have that kind of power. I can't control you. We've actually known, you know, for quite a while now. But I had no idea there were powers of the dead, of ghosts. Known about what? We knew about the existence of somebody who could control others. A manipulator. What's this? That's why your execution order caused me so much anguish, Detective Trout. Mr. Minister, why don't you just tell us everything you know? Yes, I suppose I should. You should hear it all. All about the huge mistake this foolish man made. There are some cases in this country right now that are under a top-secret investigation. Of course, you wouldn't have known about them, Detective Trout. Right. They don't share too much top-secret information with the inmates in prison. There are 3 prisoners, including you, in the special prison you just escaped from. All 3 cases have a certain points in common. They do they? Tell us more. The rock singer who leaked national secrets in his lyrics during a TV broadcast. The curry-loving fellow who took the chief commissioner... Pardon, John? The chief commissioner hostage at the Metro Police Department. Neither of these men had motive for their crime, and both of their crimes were impossible. Impossible? The curry lover had no way of knowing how to infiltrate the commissioner's office, and the rock singer had no ways of knowing the national secrets he leaked. The Special Investigation Unit, the SIU. The SIU's in 13 Sentinels as well. They submitted an investigative report to me on them. They concluded that these men's criminal acts were not of their own volition. Can you imagine them actually making that conclusion and not being like, well, they clearly did the crimes, we'll figure out how later. But how could that be? The theory the unit came up with was the existence of a manipulator. It's my biggest issue with Death Note. I know it's like a tiny issue, it's just like a nitpick. But like, nobody would ever guess you had a Death Note. Ever. Whoever, like, that's a huge advantage. Like, and I know it's not an interesting story to write it like that, but like, no one would ever guess you have a magic book that you could just write names down in. Like, it's just completely off the wall insane. A manipulator, huh? That's when the special prison was established as a facility to research that theory. Some unknown power has been at work. These past several years, Inspector Cabanella has been studying these cases. He has he? Manipulating somebody into committing a criminal act, according to the inspector. The first case of its kind was a locked-room murder involving our nation's best detective. You're trying to say I was manipulated somehow into shooting Alma? I appreciate the theory, but unfortunately, I don't recall being controlled by anyone. You didn't do the fucking murder, did you, dickhead? It's just not possible to manipulate another's behavior like that. My powers certainly don't work on living creatures. That's what I thought when I first heard the theory, too. However, the fucking ghosts exist, don't they? And that just sort of throws out all the rest of the world. Oh, no, that's not what he says. I was seriously mistaken, and it proved to be a big mistake. What? The minister's mistake. Sorry, mistake. You mentioned a mistake. Could you tell us about it? I suppose everyone here has the right to know. All right, fine. I'll speak out loud so the Inspector Cabanella can hear this too. Whew. There's something I'd like the two of you to hear, and also, I guess those two guards who definitely don't have clearance. It's about a mistake I made. And ding ding. Inspector Cabanella, when you first made that report about a manipulator, I'm afraid I didn't believe it at all. Impossible, I thought. I mean, that's quite reasonable. Perfectly understandable, Mr. Minister. But I was wrong. That kind of power does exist. And I learned the truth of that firsthand. What's this? A month ago, I signed the orders to carry out Detective Child's execution. However, that act wasn't of my own volition. I was being controlled. What? You never told me about this, Mr. Minister. Lots of different ghosts can do different things, I guess. What's going on? This document, what am I doing? No, I mustn't sign it. Wait, don't deliver that document. Oh, the fucking this dickhead. That's when it started. That's when all of my fear, despair, and suffering began. Oh look, fear, despair, and suffering. Let's hope they're in that order. At the time, it didn't even cross my mind that it had been manipulated. And my memory of the event was only hazy at best. So the memory of being manipulated doesn't remain clearly, eh? Signing execution orders is a part of the Justice Minister's job. At the time, I just thought my psyche was rebelling against the task. But the next day, it dawned on me. I remembered Inspector Cabanella's report on the existence of a manipulator. Literally, just imagine being on like a high-level police person and somebody's just like, "Sir, there's magic, a magic person. We're looking for a wizard. Literally find a wizard, sir." You tell him to fuck off. You'd fire that guy. Jeffrey, I think you need to take a little bit of holiday time. Suggest that again and you're fired. As a Minister of Justice, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking police have seriously, like, investigated psychics and stuff. But, like, sure, local police in local areas. Not like the fucking Minister of Justice. This is high up the ladder. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking the CIA exists, and they've done all sorts of wacky shit. And I don't really have an argument against that. But, like, I'm pretty sure they still collate evidence. When you think about, like, I don't know, sleeper agents and stuff like that, it's always stories. You hear rumours and stories and stuff, and eventually you hear enough of them and you go, well, maybe we should probably investigate. Like with psychics and shit, where, like, I'm sure somebody... Yeah, no. Think of medicine. Because all medicine... it springs to mind because I was listening to that song called Storm. You know, a lot of medicine started, or all medicine was alternative medicine until it was proved, and then it became medicine. And any medicine that wasn't proved is, you know, unproven, and therefore alternate medicine. Anyway, the point is that, like, when people claim shit, we investigate it to see if it actually works. So, like, in that, you can get weird and bizarre, because we know medicine gets weird and bizarre. Because every single dickhead in the 19th century was just like, yeah, I can cure your shit. I'll dig a fucking hole in your head. That might help. And stuff like that. What if I just make you ingest burning paste? That'll help you somehow. I'm great at making burning paste. You know, there's loads of examples of that sort of shit. But, like, that was still in the past before the internet. And this is a post-internet time. Anyway, I'm not so... Obviously, I get the premise of this being Johnstruct with magic ghosts in. I'm just saying, like... I'm just imagining a situation where, like, somebody hands you a piece of paper that says a magic person did something. And you're like, just put that in the pile, shall I? I only signed the execution because I was being controlled. If something like that got out, the nation's judicial system would crumble. Besides, I had no evidence to present that I was actually being controlled. I mean, it'd be a great excuse. Yeah, I didn't murder that person. I was being controlled. Just like those other people that did that. So in the end, I couldn't admit to anybody what had happened. There was a thing that happened in the UK recently. It's not really relevant, but I'm reminded of it. Where, like, housing, like a block of flats, burnt down because the safety standards were lax. I mean, it was, oh yes, like how the Rupert Goldberg things in this, I'm sure it was a combination of things. But it would have been prevented had it been up to code. And that, it was, you know, it was public property, so ultimately that falls to the government. So it's the government's fault those people died. And there's no excuse to it. Like, they just needed to have done better. Sure, you can blame it to one, like, lazy engineer or whatever, but the buck stops at the top. And, like, there's just no getting out of that, right? But the reason I bring it up is because, obviously, quite a lot of Britain was angry at this because there's a reasonable thing to get angry at. Like, this is a solvable situation that you could have and didn't do. Be better, please. But then it came to the time for, like, reparations, where it's like, people have lost all their possessions, people have been killed, but other people, we can at least give them money to help them out. And there was a situation where they were like, well, we can't give them money because people can claim, you know, fraudsters can secretly steal money by claiming they were there or some shit. And I was told this by a friend who's like, well, yeah, because, like, you can't tell. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Give the fraudsters, I don't care about the additional collateral of, like, one low-level fraudster getting some money if it means the rest of the victims get reparations. Like, it's no excuse not to help anyone else. It's really frustrating. Anyway, I was suddenly reminded of that. It's not really relevant, but, like, that just sort of came back to me because it's just, like, specifically the excuse of going, well, there could be fraudulent people, so we're not going to do anything to help. So it's like, that sounds like a great excuse to do fucking nothing. Anyway. God, I have been drinking, haven't I? Anyway, sorry about that. Got all serious there for a second. You should have at least told us, Mr. Minister. Yes, I know. I should have. I was running away from the problem. Metaphorically, I mean. Obviously, I just sat here. And then my wife found out I was worried about something. Well, if you go around with an expression like that, I'm guessing it's bound to happen. I explained it to her. That was certainly a conversation and a half, and she was dead set against the way I was handling it. If you don't withdraw that order and tell everyone the truth immediately, I'm moving out, she said. And then, with the kidnapping tonight, with it thrust under my nose like that, I could no longer deny my mistake. This manipulator comes upon us from somewhere unseen. That's why I've been keeping my distance from everybody. So that's why you've been telling people to stay back. So there's somebody else besides me with the powers of the dead. I'm fine with that. After all, I already knew about a certain desk lamp. Oh yeah, I forgot about the person at the start of the game. I mean, that's what you get when you don't touch a game for 6 months. What I'm not fine with is the fact that the person can control and manipulate living creatures. That's certainly not something I can do. Apparently, different ghosts get different ghost tricks. But I never imagined that tonight I would find out where this kind of power comes from. Where it comes from? Inspector Cabanela, this manipulator is a ghost, a departed spirit. I'm just imagining it from those two guys. You know, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern right there go to fuck. A spirit? As a matter of fact, there's a ghost talking to us right now. What did you say? Child, don't tell me you can hear this ghost too. I'd say the only person who can't hear him is you, and also the two guards who keep ignoring. Spirit, ghost, gods in heaven. No, but you added that third one. Excuse me, Mr. Minister, I suddenly have some urgent business to attend to. I recommend you think long and hard before making your final decision, sir. Inspector! This is Lynn, I'm at the park. We've been waiting to hear from you. Have you found the evidence? Well, the situation here is... It's kind of difficult to explain. Cecil, if you're there, come to the park immediately. No, you need to keep me on the line. Looks like your help is needed, Cecil. Yeah, I guess so, huh? Well, this chapter is a lot longer than the last one. Actually, I guess it's about the same length, but I'm assuming the park's the whole thing. Ghost trick. Ghost trick. Sorry, I should have put that back up. Lynn calls and I oblige. I take the tick off towards Timsic? Kismet. Oh yeah, we discussed that last time. Park. The place where clearly something big is taking place. The manipulator. The person whose very existence sheds new light on everything. Detective Child's crime. The execution orders. Even my own death. Could it be? Could Lynn have been manipulated into shooting me? Okay. I think I'm going to let you go, I'm afraid. I'd normally go for like another hour ago, but I'll be playing this tomorrow, hopefully about 8 o'clock UK time. Might even try and complete it, but like I don't think I'm going to. I think there's 16 chapters in this, and this will take me to chapter 40. Ooh, that seems doable actually. Potentially, we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to let you go. I struggle a little bit with going through that, but we got there. Thank you very much for watching. I've been the Johnstruct. I've been having a ghost trick phantom detective adventure. I'll see you next time. Farewell. Thank you for watching again. See ya.